We're live. Things are happening. We're on the internet. It's amazing. So I always like to kind of just wait a few minutes and see if we get any folks to show up. We love the engagement. How's it going today, Larry?
It's going great. How are you, April?
I'm really good. There's a sunshine here in San Diego today.
So I'm in Maryland, and we have not a lot of sunshine, but it's about 78 degrees. So we'll take it.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice here usually all the time, but this is our time of year when we cry because we pay for the sunshine tax, and it tends to be a little bit gloomy. Wah. Otherwise, we're good to go. All right. Well, let's see. No one's here yet, but let's get to it, huh? People will show up. We're doing good things here. All right, cool. All right. Got my comments up. All right. Oh, you know what? Let me turn my camera on. How about that? There we go. All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the We Love Deck Builders podcast, the ultimate resource for growing and scaling your deck building business. I'm your host, April Edwards. I am the founder of Deck Builder Marketers, and I help all of you deck builders with growth plans. We've got a game-changing episode for you today. So if you are tired of juggling cash flow problems or seeing projects slip through the cracks because clients can't afford the upfront costs, this one is for you. We're going to be talking about consumer financing and how it can truly help you scale your business. So today I am sitting down with Larry Collins, president of HFS Financial. He's been in the finance world for over 30 years, and he's here to break it down for you as a deck builder. How can you leverage financing to land more projects, streamline your sales, and grow your bottom line without the stress? So Larry, welcome to the show.
Thank you, April. Appreciate you having me on today.
Yeah, for sure. So you've been a leader in consumer financing for quite a while. I think you've got a lot of good stuff to share with us today. I'm pretty pumped about it. Tell us how HFS Financial came to be and what sparked your focus on, the home improvement, especially deck builders.
Great question. So many years ago, I was in the mortgage industry. And as I'm sure all your listeners know, in 2008, everything went upside down. And as a result of that, I decided to look at a different avenue. And I was doing home improvement financing, but doing it through mortgage lending. And quite frankly, when things went upside down in 2008 and 2009, very few people could borrow money anyway. As a result of what went on, I decided to go into the unsecured personal loan business. Has nothing to do with the equity or the value of your house, and created a niche in, and you can see my picture in the background, in-ground swimming pools. Actually, that was one of the first categories we got into. And then from there, we just got into all sorts of other home improvements, especially decks, landscaping, and all types of backyard projects that a consumer would want to do to their home. We started just about 15 years ago, and we've seen a continuous growth. We work nationwide. We do business in every state in the United States. And our job is to partner with the deck builder to help them grow their business and do the same things they're doing every single day of the week, except close more business and make more money. And one of the beautiful things of what we've done in designing these programs is the contractor pays no fees. There's no cost whatsoever to the contractor. It's a completely free service, including training and marketing materials and things that they need to be successful. to grow their business. We currently today on our platform have a little shy of 20,000 contractors nationwide, and that number continues to grow every single day. We have a team of folks that are called our contractor success managers, and their job is to onboard a new contractor, create the marketing material, again, at no cost to the contractor, and teach your team, whether it's one person or you have multiple people selling, just how to work within our process to help you close more business and make more money.
I think what's really key here is just the partnership element. And it's so important for our deck builders. I mean, a lot of these guys are wearing multiple hats, and a lot of them start their business because they're just really passionate about what they do and might not be so business savvy. Like a lot of us kind of fake it till we make it. And I think it's so nice, like all of the resources available for deck builders and partnerships such as this that really go the extra mile to really help the builder be successful. It's not just about offering the service. Like if you want, people to stick with you, you got to offer a great service, right? And so really partnering up, I think is pretty amazing. So I have so many questions for you. Again, thank you so much for being here. I'm kind of curious, like why do you think deck builders should offer financing? And I'll preface it with this. I mean, it's kind of 50-50 with builders that I talk to. They kind of feel like if they're offering financing, they might not be reaching the type of client that they want. Ideally, they just want somebody that's got a bunch of money sitting around and some cash that's burning a hole in their pocket. I'm interested to know your thoughts on that, and then perhaps how you've seen it change over the years, and particularly maybe this year too.
So that's a great question. So let's put it in perspective, and let's look at the car industry. All right. Whether you're buying a Chevrolet, or you're buying a Mercedes, or you're buying a BMW, or any car, every type of advertising that's done today talks about a monthly payment, and it talks about 3 years, 5 years, 2 years, whatever the case may be. One of the first things that happens is that by offering financing, and these are actual statistics, this is not something that we made up. Nationally, if you're not offering financing, you're losing between 17 and 24% of your market. Or I won't say market, but more so of the potential opportunity to grow your business. The reason is because by offering an affordable monthly payment to a consumer, that's what they're focused on. Okay, they may have a wad of cash sitting in their bank account. Most people today don't necessarily want to touch their money. There could be emergencies, there could be family emergencies, there could be medical emergencies, any one of a number of things. So if the builder can offer through HFS or any other type of financing source a simple, easy way where a consumer in a minute and a half can find out with no effect on their credit what they can be conditionally approved for, it's a simple, frictionless process for the contractor as well as for the consumer.
Right. Have you seen more deck builders signing up with you guys this year?
We're seeing more and more people, not only deck builders, but people in the whole backyard landscaping profession, more and more, because how many jobs do deck builders go out and bid on or create a quote on or go do visit with somebody where they get there and there's an objection of pricing? Okay. They either haven't pre-qualified the customer, or they have no idea, the consumer has no idea what this particular deck builder will cost for their project. So as a result of it, it becomes a very awkward conversation. It's a little uncomfortable. But if financing is promoted from the minute an appointment is made, and there's a link on a website, and again, whether it's HFS or it's any other company out there, everybody does something differently. And we believe that the more options that a deck builder has in their toolbox, the more decks they're going to sell and the more projects they're going to do. And ultimately, they're going to grow their business.
Yeah, for sure. I'm interested to know how, like, can you help the audience kind of visualize that, how they work with you, how they use this, what the process kind of looks like for the homeowner, like from the time they get to their website and in the sales process, like any type of like, just paint the picture for us.
Sure. So it's a very simple process. Everything that we do is electronic. When a builder contractor signs up with us, we have a very simple form they fill out. It takes about a minute or two. We're not checking for financials. We're not checking for credit for the individual builder. What we're checking is to make sure that the builder's in good standing, they're licensed with the state or county that they operate in, and that they have no issues. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That process takes basically 24, sometimes 48 hours. And then the next step is they're assigned to what we call a contractor success manager. They're given a link that they can put right on their website, very similar to what is in the box right next to my name, HFS Financial Home Improvement Loans. And that goes on their website with 3 or 4 lines of copy. And that's the link that the consumer would use. So when they're visiting a customer, they could literally be in the house with Mr. and Mrs. Edwards, and they say, well, I need to walk outside and get some measurements. While you're sitting here, in a minute and a half, you can go to my website, Mr. Contractor, or they can go to hfsfin.com and click on it. And in a minute and a half, they're going to find out, again, with no effect on their credit, a rate, a payment, and a term that a lender is offering them. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a very simple, streamlined process. If the customer wants to talk to somebody or speak with somebody, absolutely. We have people available they can speak directly to. As a matter of fact, once they're conditionally approved, they're automatically assigned to a contractor success manager that they're going to speak to and ask any questions, any comments, any concerns they may have. But
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty much how the process works. And if everything is okay and the customer wants to move ahead, we are 100% paperless. Anything that has to be uploaded as far as any paperwork goes directly into the customer's portal. Every consumer gets their own portal. They upload whatever documents are needed. And typically, that's turned around within 48 to 72 hours. And if everything's in order, they can have funds in their account within 7 business days.
Wow. Sounds easy. I like the idea of having the homeowner go and do the financing when they're, walking around taking measurements. That's a really good approach.
Yeah. I mean, again, you don't want to have an awkward conversation, but promoting financing in the beginning, during, and always, every conversation, financing should come up. And what also happens is, and this is something that we do, which I'm not sure that there's any other company out there that does this, we get the customer approved for 120% of what they're actually asking for. So for example, if the deck builder, has a couple of different options, it could be better, best, or platinum. We've seen different builders call it different things. But let's say, one project is 30, another project could be 40, another project could be 50. Well, the contractors should turn to the customer and say, what should I apply for? And say, you apply for whatever you're comfortable with. Well, we're going to get the consumer approved for 120% of what they're asking. So if they come to us for 50, we're going to get them approved for 60. So now the deck builder has the opportunity to say, well, what about the lights?
Mm-hmm.
What about the steps? What about this? What about the railing? What about other things that they could possibly upsell the customer in order to be able to accommodate what the customer might be looking for? And again, there's no effect on their credit. So it's a very simple, easy conversation to have.
Yeah, that's really good. And I'm sure a lot of builders could leverage it as, an objection to a larger, project price too. Well, did you know we offered financing? I mean, if you really want to have the outdoor living space of your dreams, this is how you do it.
Here's another little tidbit that we, in part of the training when we set our contractors up, every email correspondence that goes out, every text message that goes out should be a little line right in the signature line that
Mhm.
says financing available with a hyperlink
Mhm.
that goes to the financing provider. That
Mhm.
way, if somebody decides, husband and wife are talking about it, and it could be 11 o'clock at night, could be 1 a.m. Some people work shift work and they're not, they're seeing each other at different times. So it gives the consumer an opportunity when they're comfortable to go on and complete the application. And every time an application is completed, part of the process is the contractor is notified simultaneously when the consumer is notified.
Mm.
So they get an
Yeah.
opportunity to know that if they come into work the next business day, they could potentially have 1 or 2 approvals sitting in their inbox.
Amazing. That's two ways you guys have went above and beyond in order to really help the contractor that you've listed so far. I want to talk a little bit more about that, but we have the handsome Viking here from Haney Construction. He said, "Oh, Larry Shiz went upside down in New England late 2005. Hard money was available then as well, but I left banking because with the way politicians were posturing, it felt gross to be a clean lender." Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I can totally relate to that. I mean,
Mhm.
it was a real very disturbing time, really crazy time. We never got into any kind of hard lending. That was never part of what we ever did and what we ever will do. We're just not into that. But we work with national banks and credit unions throughout the United States, and we have relationships with institutions that most people that come to us have never heard of, because we have some specific programs that are unique to the deck building business and the home improvement industry. And again, not tying somebody's house up into a home equity or a home equity line of credit or a second mortgage or having them refinance their house. None of that's involved.
Mhm.
So again, it's a much more simpler, calmer, again, frictionless process than they would have to go through.
Yeah. Awesome. I was going to say too, we use the financing as an exit intent. So what that means on a builder's website, if somebody goes there and they don't actually fill out the form or give them a call, if they go to leave, a pop-up will show up when they go to leave the website, a pop-up will show up that says, "Hey, did you know we offer financing?" So we're testing the conversion rate on that and then adding it in different spots on the website, like in the footer so that it's available on every page, and the, top banner, have a financing page on your site, reinforce it. And, if they sign up for a consultation, give them information about it along with other things that have to do with, things that they should be thinking of or the uniqueness of the builder itself. Those type of, you got to sprinkle this stuff everywhere. I like your idea with the email signature too. Really, really good stuff.
Yeah,
Um, um,
it's interesting because you never know what is the factor necessarily in everybody's decision making. It could be, well, we really want a deck, but my wife also wants a new kitchen at the same time.
mhm.
So guess what? They can do both. So there's
Hmm.
no reason why, if there's an objection, well, the deck is X number of dollars, the kitchen's X number of dollars. I can't afford both. Well, guess what? Mr. and Mrs. Edwards, while I'm sitting here, it takes a minute and a half. There's no effect on your credit. You can find out, You roll everything together into one loan. We'll get the deck done for you, and you work with your kitchen builder or bathroom builder on whatever that part of the project is. Or let's say they have let's say they have 3 or 4 projects. They can incorporate all that together. So price or financing should not necessarily be a stumbling block in helping that customer get to the finish line.
Mm-hmm. That's good. I'm curious to know more about, you said that you have marketing support. Can you kind of tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. So what
That
we
looks
do
like?
is with every one of our contractors that we set up, we provide you with marketing material in a digital format that you can provide to your customers. You can print off, you can give, you can email. We will customize it to your business's name. In addition, we create a landing page for you. And again, there is no cost on any of this to you. Our goal is, again, to build a relationship with you as the builder. We want you to grow. We want you to prosper. We want you to do more business. And the only way we can do that is to help you and give you the proper tools to be able to operate.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. That's really cool. And then, I mean, that if you print out that PDF, you can add it in your folder. If you have a folder, like a leave behind that you give your prospects, you know, in the home consultation or showroom consultation, that could really add some more value too. So we have a question here from Decking in a Day. They're asking, is there a fee to offer your services?
So there's never a cost whatsoever to any contractor or builder. There are fees for every consumer that are included into the loan amount, and it's all based on credit and approval from a lender. The average fee is 3.99%, and again, it's rolled into the loan. So to make it simple, if they're going to come for $50,000, they're going to get a loan for $52,000, and customer still gets the amount of money they need to do the project. When the money is dispersed, our portion is deducted by the lender, and the balance of the money is funded directly to the consumer through ACH or through wire, depending on who the lender is.
Pretty simple. Pretty simple. Gotta love it. Have you ever run into objections from builders that maybe have had bad experiences with other financial companies before? And I'm interested, you know, to know what some of those stories are and, you know, how you handle that.
Sure. So we're not going to mention any names because we're not going to talk about any competitors. But many of the competitors that are out there charge the individual contractor a monthly fee, a yearly fee, could be transaction fees, could be any one of a number of things. That's what we hear. We hear that every single day. I paid this amount of money for a year of service. I can't get anybody approved, and not only can't get anybody approved, but I can't get anybody to return my calls. I can't get anybody to help me. That's probably the number one thing we hear all the time. And when somebody says, well, you know, what about this program that's 0% for such and such a time? Well, ladies and gentlemen, money is not free. It's just not free. Okay. And it's a program that we do not offer. We have never offered it. It goes against everything our company stands for, which is charging the contractor, because somebody's got to pay for that. So when you see 0% for 12 months or 0% for 18 months or whatever the case may be, the contractor is being charged anywhere from 5 to up to 20% of the total amount of that project. And I know contractors, and I know pretty much what your margins are. You sure as heck don't want to have to give up 5 to 20% to sell somebody on a 0% for 12 or 18 months. That doesn't make sense. So what contractors end up doing is they have to build that into the price of their project. Well, when you do that, you start to become not competitive. So your competitors that aren't doing that, as a result of it, you're not going to get that sale. You're not going to earn that business. So these are things that we go over in the onboarding process with all of our contractors. You don't have to be a banker. You don't have to understand financing 1,000%. All you have to do is follow our process. And like I've said, a few times already, you want to offer it to every single customer. And you would be amazed. The ones that you think would want it, don't want it. And the ones that you would think are the opposite will absolutely take advantage of it.
Yeah, you kind of never know. That's for sure in my space too. So do you have any like success stories you could share of somebody that, started working with you guys on, just the difference in their business?
Yeah, we do have a company called Keystone Deck in Pennsylvania. I'm sure you've heard of them, April.
Yep.
They've been with us for, probably, I guess, going on 3 years now. And they're in multi-states. They're not just in one state. And they're consistently sending in customers every single week. I mean, we see 2, 3, 4 all across the states they work in. And they like our process. They like it because it's streamlined, it's simple, it's easy, and there's minimal paperwork. And when I say minimal paperwork, the only thing that they have to do is, and anybody would ever have to do is write up a contract and get a deposit. And that's typically, I think, what everybody on this call would do, no matter what. So again, the goal is to just, help the builder grow their business. I can't give you actual stats on what they've increased, but I can tell you that more applications have come in and more approvals have occurred and more loans have gotten funded as a result of it. So they're happy with our service. I believe last I looked, we're the only company that is on their website. So that we feel is really a good testament to what we do. And I guess one other thing I think I should point out, we have in excess of 4,000 4.8 rating between Google and Trustpilot. And that's an incredible amount of reviews for a company like ours.
Yeah. You should feel really proud of that. That's good. You've mentioned a couple of things that really make you guys different, especially for the audience that hasn't worked with a financial company before. What do you think the key differences are for anything that you haven't already mentioned?
Well, I think that, we hear from contractors, oh, well, I don't want to use financing because my customers all pay cash. Great. That's a great point. The money's got to come from somewhere. So where's the money coming from? So the reality of it is, the answer to that customer is that, Mrs. Edwards, I know you probably don't need this, but why don't you take a look at our financing options? There's no effect on your credit, takes a minute and a half, and I can measure up your deck while you do it. Non-threatening, very easy, very simple. And again, it's strictly just suggesting. It goes back to going into a car dealership. What's the first place that a car dealer takes you to? Their finance department. And they do that because they want to take you from the $30,000 car that you were coming in to look at and put you into the $40,000 or $50,000 car. And, it's only going to be another, $35 more a month. So that's just some of the, a little tidbit that, we've learned over the years.
So a lot of other finance companies will, they will charge the builder. Maybe they don't have the marketing support that you guys have. Any other key differentiators?
So something that I saved for the last, okay, it's the last thing, which I think is exciting for everybody. We have a program, and and when you sign up with us, you'll be available to this program. It's called HFS Rewards. And what we do is, for every customer that you send our way, where the loan amount is $30,000 or more, as long as you have our link on your website and that loan funds, we will send you an electronic gift card for $50 for every customer that comes our way. So
So not
that's something.
only does it doesn't cost them, but they actually get paid for it.
Exactly.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Awesome. So let's get this straight. Okay. So you guys partner up with them, you care about their success, you make it extremely easy for them and the homeowner to work with you. It doesn't cost the deck builder anything. You actually pay them if they refer someone, you said, or no,
Right.
any project over
Any project 30,000 or more that they
Mhm,
send to us that gets
mhm,
funded, they get an
mhm.
electronic gift card. Now
Yeah.
the key is the link has to be, our HFS link has to be on their website in
Mhm.
order for them to qualify for this.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's all tracked based on the link, the individual link they get, because it's all unique to each individual
Mhm.
builder.
Yeah. You should I mean if you're not doing it, you should ask your builders if their average project price goes up after working with you, you know?
I
That'd
can
be a
do
good
that.
one to figure out. Well, what's the first move for somebody that is ready to offer financing?
You know what? Do we have a chat on here that I can put
Yeah.
my email in?
Here, I've got I could put a banner up here. I've got hfsfinancial.net.
Okay, can I put my email and phone number on there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Go
so it's
for it. What is it?
L Collins, Collins,
Mhm.
at hfsfin.com.
So hfsfin.com.
Exactly. And my phone number is 410
Mhm.
878
10878
2204.
2204. Awesome.
And anybody can reach out to me directly. I'll be glad to have an initial conversation with anybody. And then what'll happen is I'll put you in touch with an account manager, or what we call a contractor success manager, and they will take it from there. They will get you signed up, get you
Mhm.
onboarded, get training for you, get you your free marketing material, and you're pretty much off to the races.
Yeah. Now you've got another value add and benefit and differentiator to be partnering up with an amazing financial company. So let's see if we have any questions here. Okay, hold on. We've got the handsome Viking again. Listening to Larry, I don't. Oh, oh, okay. So hiding fees and charges somehow. Please let him reply. Okay, well, we're going to get to it. I hope this is okay, Larry. So he says he doesn't trust you. Please give him the opportunity to reply. I also 100% respect and agree with what he just said about contractors hiding fees and charges somehow. Please let him reply.
Okay, I'm not really clear on the question.
I'm not either. I'm
The
not
question
either.
is not clear. So
What?
I don't know how to respond.
Okay, so I bet it's about not charging the deck builder. So to be clear, HFS Financial does not charge the deck builder. It's
Correct.
free. So just so that is clear, I mean that's really a big differentiator with what they're offering versus other companies. So if he come on back, Andy, let us know. But yeah, that's and if they're able to finance a project $30,000 or more, they'll actually give them a $50 gift card, which is pretty cool. So awesome. Well, any last words? Any last piece of advice?
No, I would just encourage anybody, look at our website, go to our website, feel free to check it out. Feel free to reach out to me directly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the president of the company, but we have a whole team of people, not only in our contractor success team, but also processing, et cetera. But again, feel free to reach out with any questions, comments, concerns. Be more than happy to have a conversation with anybody.
Yeah. Cool. Love it. So hfsfinancial.net. You guys, no matter what, I mean, Larry's here for you, but it's about really figuring out how to differentiate yourself and to, be helpful for your homeowners, And I love that, offering financing can, potentially increase your average project price. Pretty nice. Great. All right, Larry. Really, really good to have you. Thank you so much.
April, thank you for having me. Thanks,
Okay.
everybody.
So, if you're ready to offer financing and boost your business, visit hfsfinancial.com. And if you want help growing your business through a trusted growth marketing partner, head to deckbuildermarketers.com and book a free growth strategy session with me. For now, keep building and keep moving forward. And we will see you next time. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next episode.